Lady Morocco's scene where she's trying to escape,
Yep.
fiercely fighting, and then gets, trapped. What was the challenge of shooting that very intense, emotional?
You just picked the bizarrest scene to talk about. So the Friday before we started shooting that scene was shot. So it was. We wanted overcast weather. Fred and I both wanted overcast weather. We the week before, beautifully overcast, horrendous weather up in Vancouver. It was brilliant. It was perfect. On the Friday evening, Fred got diagnosed with COVID. So Fred ended up directing from his hotel or from his apartment for the first couple of days of that scene. So it was a bizarre scene to shoot. We had Fred on a monitor. I think we had Justin Marks, the showrunner, producer. He was also on a monitor. There was only myself there for the first 3 or 4 days of that particular scene. And then I was diagnosed with COVID.
Oh, no.
So by the end of that, there was the DP, the director, and the producer were all, and the guy, I mean, they were incredible. They'd set us up with monitors, with HD links to all of our apartments and everything like that, and we managed it from remotely. It was the beginning of remote work for us. So it was a challenge, and of course the sun came out that week. So we had, again, I thanked Finn King in my speech there. Finn knows how I like to work. He knows how I don't like the sunshine. And he covered the entire set. And basically, I would just sit on the end of a radio talking to him and say, okay, just give me the weight on this side. Give me the weight on this side. And we did it all, we did a third of that scene remotely. And for me, we had a monitor that was to oversee where everything was, as well as the monitors from all the sets, from all the cameras. So being able to watch Finn remotely move an army of cranes, an army of grips, an army of camera equipment, it was pretty spectacular.
Now, obviously, the pivotal scene from the book is Lady Morocco at the end.
Yes.
Her fate. What
Yes.
went into that scene? Because you had to, that was the most important scene.
It is, yeah.
And you had to pay off on that.
It is. Well, interestingly, so Fred and I'd been very, very lucky. Fred's a dear friend. Fred affords, both of us, I think, when we work together, we afford ourselves a cinematic spin on as much television as we've ever done together. We try to create big worlds. We try to create magnificent worlds. And as you say, the pivotal scenes with Mariko, with Lady Mariko, we had, within episode 9, we had our own pivotal moments that we wanted the audience to feel the change with her. The power that she was going to take, and also something that we had both talked about as she comes to both of those moments, to the moment of enjoying her faith, enjoying her family, as we find out, and also the kind of succumbing to her death. Was something that Fred and I talked a lot about in the very beginning. Was actually Episode 9 is what Lady Mariko was looking for from Episode 1. She was looking for a release. So we came up with, we had a few little camera gags that we used throughout in framing, and how we twisted her from a character that was never on the fringes, but was never center punched, never centrally photographed until we got to Episode 9. And in the big scene in the Great Hall, we chose that moment to suddenly have her center punched for the rest of that episode, so that the audience, subliminally or not, Fred and I might be the only people that ever kind of enjoyed it, but to suddenly have her front and center for the whole thing was important for us photographically to get across in that episode.